So in this video, I'm going to show you how to run the automation scripts using the QA portal. The QA portal is not required in order to run automation scripts, but it makes it easier for people who don't have any kind of automation background. Before I run the script, I want to show you what the application looks like that we're testing, the AUT. It's called Tools QA. And here we're at the practice forum page. To navigate to the practice forum page, we use the left navigation bar. In the navigation bar, you have the main menu items, or level 1, and underneath that, you have the submenu items, level 2. When you click on the submenu item, it'll open up a page which has a title that matches the submenu item. In this video, I'll be executing test cases against the practice forum page. This page has a number of different types of web elements. It has text fields, radio buttons, checkboxes, and buttons. When you click on this button over here, Choose File, it will open up a window that allows you to select different files. This window is not a web page, and Selenium only works with web pages. So in order to automate that part, I have to use another tool, a third-party tool called AutoIT. I have another video where I explain how AutoIT is used. When the test case executes, I use data that lets me see which test case I'm executing. I have variations of the same test case. Some of them will pass, some of them will fail. I do this in order to make sure that my test case is running properly, and also for debugging, and also for looking at the test results to make sure it's showing the right information. So you can see from this test case right here, the data indicates that this test case should fail. It also indicates that this is test case number 3. So there's at least 3 variations of this test case. To execute my test cases, I navigate to Execute Test, and then I pick my Functional Testing Tools QA Java menu item. It opens up this window, and this allows me to run different types of test cases. I'll explain this in another video, but for now, I'm going to choose all my test cases. Then I can start my execution by clicking on the Submit button. Every time I run my test cases, a new run ID will be generated. This allows me to do reporting and to be able to see test results for that particular run. So the run ID that will be generated here is 1495. Okay, so let's run our test case now. So I'm going to run all my test cases, so I'm going to click on All, and next I'm going to click on Submit. This will execute my test cases. Before I do that, I want to show you that ID number 1495 will be generated. Now let's look at our database to see what is the last generated ID. So let me refresh this. Okay, so if we look at our database here, we see that 1494 is the last run ID that was created. So when we run our test case, 1495 will be the next ID. Let's run this now. Before I do, I want to resize the screen so that I can see everything in view at one time. It's easier to troubleshoot our code in case something does go wrong, and also it's good to see the demo that way too. Normally I have dual monitors, but for recording purposes, to make sure we can see everything nice and large, I'll have to use one screen and just reposition our different windows. Now let's execute our test. It seems like nothing is happening right now, but in the background, Selenium is preparing for the test run, such as creating reports, copying information from one table to another table in my SQL database, getting it ready so it can execute properly, and also to generate reports at the end. The automation script has started already. It would open up the window, but I'm going to resize things a little bit here manually. I want to make sure that we're running this in real time so you see how it actually runs from start to finish. Make sure to look at the test data to see what test case is running and to know if the test should fail or not. Now you see it running test case number 4. And now you see it running test case number 1. So I believe right now the test case has finished. And probably right now what it's doing is gathering test results and is ready to generate reports and also to display the test results in the QA portal. And now you can see in the QA portal some test results. It doesn't really look pretty, but it's just there for me so I can debug my code and look at my test results and have more information that a manual tester would want to see. Normally when I run an automation script, I have it configured so that when it finishes running each test case, it will close down the browser. But for the purpose of this demo, and also for troubleshooting purposes, I like to have it so that the browser remains opened, and then I just close it down manually. In the next video, I'm going to go over the test results from this test run. Please see the link in the description below to find that video. Thank you.